interesting.
So it was actually my daughter that had the ulcer, I think mid last year. And that's it. It's quite a nasty, big hole, and that's near her ankle, which is near the bone, and that's a bit of a concern. And you can see all the pus there. So it's pretty ripe stage there. So of course we went to, and most people will go to Professor Daniel O'Brien, who is based in Geelong. He deals with infectious diseases. He's a fantastic, amazing doctor. But I think at that stage too that there were some pretty large problems out there health-wise, and as I said, they're all different cases, but in this particular case is all I'm talking about. There's a list of the side effects. There's a few pages of them.
So this is antibiotics that...
Yes, the antibiotics, there's 2 different types, and I think you've got to stay on them for about 6 months, a very long period of time. But my daughter read the side effects and just did not want to touch them. She's quite a natural hippie kid. I think the one that really frightened us was your urine and tears will turn orange. This is normal and not a problem. It may cause staining of contact lenses. So I know doctors aren't always quite keen about using alternative medicine, so we actually decided not to, or my daughter decided not to take the antibiotics because of the side effects. And she ended up treating it herself with a combination of sort of white vinegar, very old-fashioned methods really, tea tree oil to try and dry the wound out, and then she put my honey actually on the wound as well. Now, I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed fix, but in this case with Jagger, and it might have been a few different things that led up. She's a really healthy eater. She kept it covered while she was doing all this type of stuff, and then when it started to dry out, she took the covers off, because you've got to be careful. It's a big hole in your leg, basically. And it took about four and a half months, I think. And I'll show you what the wound looks like now. It's quite a remarkable difference. It's just a small scar there now. So, you know, I think it's healthy to try. I mean, if you want to take antibiotics, go for it. You know, I think that's a start too. But if you can also use alternative methods. And I've never bought Manuka honey, purely because I never really understood the numbers of it. And they say you should use from 200 up to about 500. That's the number that you should buy. Now, it's quite an expensive product, but it's, you know, known to work. This company, Medicinal, we highly recommend. And they're also giving a discount for people who have got the ulcer, so you can try that as an alternative, or also with the antibiotics as well. But you really have to be warned about using these types of Manuka honeys that are sold at supermarkets. And this one says 30. You'd think that's quite a high number, but actual fact it's not, and it's probably quite watered down. And I would not use that as a topical alternative at all. If you're going to use a topical Manuka honey, Medigelly is the one to be using, and it's Australian product. And also they're going to look after the ulcer patients around Australia. And just about this honey, my honey, a lot of the bees collect nectar from the Moonah trees around where I live and the tea tree. So in about March, usually that's about the case, and it has antibacterial properties as well. So, you know, these are a great alternative. So that's the story, and I'm just hoping all the ulcer, you know, people out there can try these different methods, and hopefully it works. It really depends on how far the ulcer's gone and lots of different things, but there, you know, there's a case. And I do know that some of the doctors are using Moonah honey as well and getting great results. So give it a try.